Hey everybody, welcome to another video review. I'm going to take a little short break from my lightsabers and Predator pieces. I've been trying to have like a video catalog of all of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit mini helms. I've collected them since the very beginning, all the way back when, I think, dating back to when the Two Towers was released. That's back in 2002. And so I own all of them, but I haven't made, videos of all of them. I made videos of some of the later ones as I've gotten them in, and eventually I would like to make videos of all of them, and then even do a compilation where I kind of showcase the whole collection, which I think would be pretty cool. There are a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of, but there are other people who are mini helm completionists like me, but we're sort of like a dwindling breed, mainly because the later ones by Weta, the quality hasn't really quite been the same. The designs are amazing, but they're not made out of metal like the original series. They're made out of essentially plastic. I think a few might be made out of polystone, but the vast majority plastic. I think I did a review of the crown of King Theoden where I was really happy with it because they happened to be made out of metal, but it was only a small piece. It's a crown, and obviously for a piece like this, there's no way that they would make the whole thing out of metal. Although they have the ability to do so because, as you may see in some later reviews, they had a quarter scale helm of Sauron that was all metal. They had a helm of a battle troll, and that was obviously metal. Those were much bigger than something like this. So definitely it's possible, but I guess in modern day collecting, or the way the factories are, the cost would supposedly be prohibitive. But I don't want to continue beating that dead horse. I've talked about it many times on like literally every single Weta mini helm video. I probably will continue to destroy that dead horse just to keep getting my point across to anybody who's watching it. But let's move on. So this is the last mini helm of the Ringwraiths from the Hobbit, specifically the Battle of the Five Armies, where you get to see them in Dol Guldur. And interestingly, there was only 6 of them. The alternative concept for the Witch King doesn't really count as one of those designs, obviously. I don't think they ever made a 7th, 8th, or 9th, which I think is a bit of a shame. The actual source art for these mini helms can be found in the Art of the Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. I think that's out there. You can clearly see, the inspiration for them. So this is the helm of the Ringwraith of, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is it Rhun? It's spelled right over here, Rhun, Helm of the Ringwraith of Rhun. It's sculpted by Mr. Sean Bolton, who has done a lot of these mini helms. So what to say, how to proceed? They only made 750 of these. And in fact, with the Weta releases, essentially I think they decided on 750 as the number for almost all of them in the later releases. There were a few early ones where they only had, I think, 500. And there was a couple where they experimented with, making them to order, so to speak. But I think they've decided over time to just keep it at 750, which is like a reasonable number. 750 means that they're not going to sell out very quickly, but eventually, over time, they will sell out, and I think that's the sweet spot for Weta. I think a couple of a couple of early mini helms, they decided to make them just for made to order, and I think the final number was in like the mid to high 600s, and so 750 is not all that far off. So this is the limited edition of 750. Before getting too much into this, each of these mini helms comes with this little pamphlet. It's all folded up so it can fit in the little box, and it just sort of talks about the design decisions and designing the Dogwood or Ringwraiths. So I'm going to just sort of slowly scroll down so you'll have plenty of time to read it yourself and take a look. This is actually, sadly, one of the best parts of the entire collectible is actually the description of what they were thinking when they designed it. So hopefully you're going to be able to freeze it and read it. Just kind of taking my time, so there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to pause the video and read about this. This is not something that you would be able to get unless you actually bought the piece. Here's some concept art of the White Council fighting the Ringwraiths. Pretty cool. And this is a shot from the book showing you the source art. Pretty cool there. I mean, there's 9 of them, and so it was definitely, I think, a bit of a challenge for the design team to come up with sort of unique designs for each of the Ringwraiths, but still have them look like they're somewhat uniform, right? So you can see this is how big the pamphlet is, and it goes into the box. All right, so let's take a look at the actual mini helm itself. And I have to say, when I first opened it, because I didn't love the Hobbit enough to buy all the books and art books and stuff, so a lot of this is kind of just completely new to me. And for me, because I'm a completionist, honestly, I just pre-order them sometimes without even looking at them that closely. I'm just like, okay, it's a new helm. I both love it and hate it, so I just have to order it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't look too closely at these. But I think for this one in particular, I kind of messed up in the sense that I'm pretty busy, and I think I got the email to let me know, hey, these helms are the newest batch of helms, right, are ready to pre-order. And I remember thinking, yeah, I got to go ahead and do it, and somehow completely forgetting, completely forgetting. And it was only by complete happenstance that for some reason my mind drifted toward my mini helm collection. And I decided to just sort of look for the complete list. And I realized, oh my, they released 2 more. And then I realized, hey, I never pre-ordered them. So I never got a chance to actually see this mini helm because I never pre-ordered it. And by the time I found out about it just a few days ago, it was already in stock. And so I guess I'm a little bit fortunate that it didn't, or it hadn't sold out, because some of these do sell out reasonably quickly. And so it was a pleasant surprise to see it. The design is really, really striking, and I'm very, very happy with it. This is one of my favorite designs. This is a very chainmail heavy. You can actually see all of the, the sort of the chainmail elements here. Check it out. Just kind of showing you the close-ups. Nice washes of black and gray, and then up to the actual helmet itself and that particular design. It almost looks like it's like reminiscent of the Knights Templar, like it's like a knight with the chainmail. So a very nice, unique design for the Ringwraith. We have all 6 of them now, and I'm hopeful that we'll eventually get 7, 8, 9, even if it's experimental. The Weta team has done that, where from their own archives, they'll actually just create pieces that were never even released for the movie. So I especially kind of like the texture here, where you can see all the individual little tiny links, and then these little, I guess, almost like fangs, kind of sharp, moving down all the way through, you know. And it actually almost looks a little bit like the Witch King helm, but multiple Witch King helms, which I think is pretty neat. And again, I hate to say this again, but this would have been so mind-blowing if this was cast, in metal. And as it is, I know that you can't tell because this is a visual medium, so all you're seeing is just what it looks like. But it absolutely feels very cheap and plasticky when you have it in hand. Retail price is almost $100, and with shipping, it easily gets up to $110. Like shipping and tax, or you'll hit $120 territory. It's $120 for like a plastic or vinyl, reproduction is just really a shame. But as far as the design goes, I definitely have no complaints. It's probably one of my favorites. I mean, it's right up there with the Ringwraith of Herod and Kamua the Easterling designs for sure. So quite happy I managed to snag this. And the companion piece, when they release mini helms now, Weta usually does it 2 at a time. And so the companion piece for this one is the hat of Radagast the Brown. And I'm really, really eager to get that because that's very, very unique. Sometimes one of the criticisms of these mini helms is that they begin to lose a little bit of individuality. They all feel kind of similar, and so it gets, I'm always like excited when I get to see a piece that's very unique. And there's not many hats. I mean, obviously all we've had was Gandalf the Grey's hat, and now to get Radagast the Brown, I'm pretty excited about that because the preview picture, it looks pretty amazing. So it's going to be released in the next couple months, and I'm eagerly looking forward to it. So there you have it. No, not a whole lot more to say. I'm just sort of twirling it around so you kind of get a nice opportunity to take a look at this and all the different, effects. Some of these, I don't know what these things are. Like, they don't look like runes or anything like that, but I don't know necessarily what the significance of these designs are on that side. I can pause the video, maybe they'll talk about that, in the pamphlet right here. But this is definitely pretty reminiscent of, again, the Witch King's battle armor. All right, there you go. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at the Ringwraith of Rhun. It's still available widely, but this is such an awesome design. I'm pretty sure that it'll sell out pretty quickly. So if you're interested in it, I would definitely get on the wagon soon. All right, I'm going to do a few more Helm reviews. Until next time, do take care.